What's good, everybody? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. We are here to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 14, episode 9. And the name of the episode was called Beachy King. Okay. Now, listen, y'all know I love these girls. It was an okay episode. It wasn't really all that action packed or whatever, but sometimes we need those episodes. Um, but y'all really need to watch the after show. Y'all really need to watch the after show. I'm convinced that Andy got the after show idea from RuPaul's Drag Race Untucked. And now that they've been winning Emmy awards and stuff for it, I think that that's where Andy got it from because the drama and stuff is really going on the after show. I look at the after show almost like a early reunion almost. And now with the Beverly Hills girls, this is the first time. See, there was a lot of firsts with Beverly Hills. These are now those girls at Bravo. It's not Real Housewives of Atlanta anymore because I've never seen an after show start at the beginning of the season. This is the first season, at least to me from the shows that I watch. This is the first time we've seen an after show that start episode 1. Usually they do that halfway during the season. But now we're seeing that the girls have filmed the after show twice. So I feel like that they had an after show through episodes 1 through 8, and now the girls are switching into different outfits, and they're showing parts of the after show from the first time that they recorded, and then now we have a second time. So it's like an early reunion, and we get to see how the girls really feel about stuff. Okay. But again, we are here to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 14, episode 9. And the name of the episode is called Beachy King. I must say, too, though, this soundtrack to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying? The soundtrack that they got playing in when they're getting ready to open the episode, I'm liking the songs. This song, I don't know, maybe I watched the first, I don't know, I really like the song that they had this episode, last episode, and the episode before that, okay? Now the episode started off with Kyle, okay? Portia ended up spending the night with Mauricio. So Kyle is at the house and she's lonely. You know what I'm saying? And this is the new life for Kyle. You know, she's a housewife. She's newly separated. And then all of her kids are almost out of the house. She's almost an empty nester. And I do feel like we know that Kyle is separated from Mauricio, but I felt like that this probably would have been her life anyway. She was just a housewife, and she was only able to have company because she had the kids there to keep her company while Mauricio was out at work. But even when the kids left the house, Mauricio still was going to have to work. You know what I'm saying? So she would have been at home anyway. Okay. Kyle tries to invite herself to lunch with her daughters. You know what I'm saying? So Portia said that she was going to end up meeting up with her sisters later on, and Kyle wanted to know what time they was going because she wanted to go. You know, I kind of feel bad for Kyle because Portia is 16 now. She's starting to drive, you know, and her sisters are probably trying to give her advice and sharing secrets and stuff about driving and, you know what I'm saying, stuff that they went through while they was driving and relationships and stuff like that or whatever, you know, sibling secrets. And it would have been a time for them to be able to talk freely. You know what I'm saying? But when your mom is now trying to come along, you can't really talk the way that you want to talk. You know what I'm saying? But also, Kyle is recently separated from her husband, so you don't want to make her feel like she's being left out. You know what I'm saying? I need to stop saying that. You know what I'm saying? Thing. I'm gonna try to stop doing it. It's so funny. My mom used to tell me I said that. My mama and my brother used to always tell me I said that when I would be on the telephone. They'd hear me on the phone. They'd be like, quit saying that, quit saying that. And now I've recently started listening back to videos, and I do notice that I say that a lot. Okay. But you just don't want your mother to know everything that you've done or the advice that you're giving to your sister. You know, you just want your mother to just know certain things. You're willing to share more with your siblings than you are your parents. Okay. Erica ended up FaceTiming Erica, and she said that, you know, if Dorit keeps doing this, I'm just gonna have to cut off communication with her or something of that nature. But doing what? You're the one who you showed the text messages. Well, you shared with Garcelle that you had messages in your phone. I'm so tired. I'm glad I hope that we have put text message gate to bed. But you told Garcelle about the text messages. You showed the text messages and you read them aloud. So you did all of this. Okay? Next, we got Dorit and Bose meeting up. Bo's face looked flawless in this scene. She looked so good. Um, but Bose asked Dorit, Kyle keeps saying that she didn't know that you and PK was going through anything. And I have to give it to Kyle. The producer tried to show a montage of clips of Kyle saying that she didn't know what was, I don't know what they talking about. I don't know what they doing, but it was like kind of out of order. It wasn't her saying that she didn't know that PK and Dorit was getting a divorce. At least maybe a couple of them was, but I remember specifically she just said, I don't know what they down there talking about. It was a scene where Dorit and Bose was talking, and Garcelle asked what they was talking about, and she said, I don't know what they're talking about. So she's saying that she don't really know. I mean, Kyle is going around saying that she didn't really know that they was really going through anything. Okay. And so Bose asked her, did you ever share with her that you and PK was going to separate? And Dorit said, I didn't know that we was going to separate until PK told me that we was going to separate.
Now you see now, you done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
I
see what I'm saying?
I thought...
No, so, you know what I'm saying? That you done fucked up now, you know that, don't you?
Now, Dorit, I've been riding for you, but you lied. You lied straight to Bose's face, because over on the after show, you was asked by a producer, has the separation been threatened before? And you said hundreds of times. So at some point, PK had told you before that he wanted to separate from you. And if he said it to you before, he meant it. So it wasn't just, you're talking to Bose like this is the first time you ever heard him say that y'all was going to separate. But if he said it to you hundreds of times before, you knew that somewhere in the back of your mind that this man had wanted to separate from you before. Well, the viewers obviously knew that something wasn't right, okay? But she tells Bose that actually the sponsor told her that told her and PK that they needed to separate. Again, I think that Dorit is one of those women. It's hard where it's hard for them to let go, And I think that PK knows that. So instead of him just breaking up or separating for Dorit, it probably would have been hard for him to do it. So he got the sponsor to do it. He was able to weaponize his drinking and got the sponsor to say, I think it'll be a good idea for y'all to break up, which is probably why when Dorit met Bose for the first time, she said, hey, my name is Dorit. I'm separated from my husband. He's an alcoholic.
Grey Goose.
That's probably the reason why she did it. That's probably the reason why she met Bose and she led with that. But I also think that PK owes his wife to be able to tell her that he wanted to separate from her. But I think that Dorit is just a woman who probably wouldn't have let go, probably would have like, we can fix this, we can do this, and we can do that. And he knew that. That's why he got the man to ask her for a separation. Then he got outside of the house. Then he met with her and told her, I'm single, PK. Because she's still thinking there's a chance. And he letting her know I'm single. And so she still wants to talk to him every day. And he was like, yeah, but we're not going to. We got to break this codependency. So once he was able to get out the house and he was able to leave. Okay. That's really all that happened with the reading bowls. Next, we got Garcelle. She FaceTimed Sutton. So what happened is they're talking about Kyle invited Sutton, Garcelle, and Erica all out to eat. But the next day, Garcelle has invited all of the girls out to her beach house. It's finally finished. And so they feel like that Kyle is trying to rally troops around her. So the next day when she meet with everybody at Garcelle's house, she can kind of have a team. Or board of directors is what Erica called them. Okay. It's so crazy that Garcelle and Sutton thought that, because to me, just a viewer watching the show, to me, I would have never thought that she was rallying troops around her, because Garcelle is the one who told Bose that Kyle showed the text. And then as Kyle was explaining the text to Bose, Sutton was the one who jumped in and kind of like really gut punched her. You know what I'm saying? So I would have never thought that she was trying to rally troops around, especially those two, you know? So they go out to eat in West Hollywood, and Kyle basically told Garcelle that Erica told her that you went to Bose's house. You as in Garcelle. Garcelle went to Bose's house, and the day after they went to Chuck E. Cheese and told Bose about the text. And Kyle said that I said Garcelle doesn't even know Bose. But that didn't stop Kyle from going to Bose's house because you don't know her either. And that didn't stop you from going over to her house, showing her the text messages or the picture of her kissing Mauricio on the back of his arm. So it's always with Kyle, she always want to call out everybody else's actions, but she do the same thing. Okay. Garcelle said that she doesn't feel like sharing that what Kyle said in the text messages to Bose was a violation or that she betrayed Kyle because Kyle ended up reading the text messages aloud. I'm not surprised though, because Garcelle don't never feel like she do anything wrong. But in Garcelle's defense, it was on camera. Okay? Garcelle tells Kyle to her face, you know what I'm saying? You should have told Dorit that you talk a little shit about her sometimes and that you was mad at her. And I just don't, because Garcelle said this was normal. For me, I don't know what type of relationship or what type of friendships y'all have where you can go to somebody's spouse and talk to them about their spouse. You know what I'm saying? I don't know a relationship or anybody who I will go to and talk to them about their spouse. That just doesn't make sense to me. Because in my head, I will automatically think that whatever I say about somebody, I can say it to their face. But I just feel like that if you were going to go and say something to their spouse, of course they will tell their partner what you said. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be them two against the world. I would never think that would be secret. But Kyle said, I don't never talk shit about Dorit.
You a lying whore.
And Garcelle told her, girl, when you said that I never shared anything that you said to me and never will, it's more than memes and jokes. And so Kyle says, I've been knowing her for 7 years. Of course it's more than memes and jokes. We have text messages, but it's never been anything about their relationship.
It's okay.
But Kyle, this is where you lose the audience and you lose us because when she asked you, you said that it was only memes and jokes. That was the nature of your relationship. And they rolled that beautiful beam footage of you continuously saying that it was memes and jokes. Then last week, it was supposed to be text messages, but when you talked to Kathy, it all of a sudden became Instagram. Okay? Kyle says that her life, her marriage, her sexuality, everything has been scrutinized. Now her character is being scrutinized, and the accusation is not helping. Kyle, nobody is thinking that you're trying to carry on any type of affair with PK. What they're speaking about things being inappropriate is that you're still trying to be his friend or trying to get him to say stuff about Dorit to you. Or that you're still even trying to be his friend and you're supposed to be this girl's girl. And the text messages does imply that PK has came to you and said some things to you about Dorit. At least one time, because that's what you said. That's what the messages say. Okay? And you're just not a girl's girl. That's the thing. You're just not a girl's girl. To me, what sealed the deal was last week when you said that you didn't know if, Dorit was just trying to take advantage that PK wasn't on the show. You're just not a girl's girl to me. I feel like production don't like Kyle. You know what I'm saying? They showed a montage of times that Kyle has called everyone to the carpet about things they had going on in front of the group. They showed with Denise and her sexuality and, being a lesbian and sleeping with Brandy. The infamous meeting that they had at Dorit house about Erica Jane. And then I believe it was Sutton they showed. It was Sutton. So you ain't no different. If everybody's being called to the carpet, Kyle, you can definitely be called to the carpet about stuff that's going on in your life. Okay? Now, Erica and Sutton show up. Sutton ordered her food and basically they call and say, why are we here? Why are we here? Kyle said that she wanted to apologize for how she left Bose's house. You know, how and what she said is how she still feels and she stands by that. But the way that she behaved was bad. Sutton is confused on the words. She said, I'm confused on the words. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be clear why you feel like you need to apologize. To me, I felt like Sutton was really trying to stick it to Kyle, but she didn't really have the puss to really do it.
She's a weak bitch.
You know what I'm saying? What Sutton really wanted to say was, girl, when I have walked away, you have tried to make me stay. You know what I'm saying? You told me I couldn't leave. I remember specifically when Kyle was putting that battery in Sutton back, and Erica Jane got upset and she threatened her. And she said, no, I'm not threatening you. I'm promising you. And Sutton got up from the table at Kathy's house and was getting ready to leave, and Kyle tried to make her stay. And when they went outside, Garcelle was like, girl, y'all are making her go off like this. Those are times that Kyle have tried to hold people's feet to the fire. No, don't leave the group. You can stay here. You can stay here. You can stay here. So it is a little bit hypocritical. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I said it again. Okay. Sutton says that she wants Kyle to apologize for holding herself to a different standard than everyone else. And she wants Kyle to realize that she's the same as everyone else. That's strange to hear from Sutton because of the way Sutton behaves. They both behave actually the same way. But I think that what Sutton has going on is that she can't take that Kyle is an OG on this show. So she wants to bring Kyle down to her level and then put herself on top of Kyle because she has more money than Kyle. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. That's how I see it. Okay. Erica says in her confessional that Sutton and Garcelle need to leave Kyle alone, you know, and basically saying, what were they like when they was getting ready to divorce their husband, or if their husbands walked out on them? Do we think that they was a picture of together? You know, Sutton, absolutely not. And Garcelle sent the mass email to the CAA when her husband had cheated. That's what they did to their spouses, right? But that wasn't what they was doing in a friend group. We don't know how they behaved in a friend group. This is Kyle's friend group, and this is what, the second year that her and PK, her and Mauricio has been separated. And I really don't believe that Kyle actions got anything to do with her separation. I honestly don't. I don't think that her actions have anything to do with her separation. But Erica did say, you know, cut your friends some slack in the worst moment of their life. And I do get that from Erica Jane, that she is trying to cut everybody some slack. Again, I feel like that Sutton was trying to stick it to Kyle and make her answer, but I don't think that she did it effectively. Okay. But she did basically tells Kyle, you know, don't walk away again. And Kyle said that she had to walk away because it's not good for her mental health. Girl, bye. When everybody get held accountable for stuff, they always want to talk about their mental health. Okay. So next we got Garcelle. She's having a housewarming party for her beach house. Okay. Now there is a difference. I don't want to compare the two, but you know, we got to. There is a difference in between a Garcelle party and a Bose party. A Bose party, it was all black everything. A Garcelle party, baby, it wasn't a nigga in sight.
Oh my God.
Do you hear me? I do think that, well, how much you want to bet Garcelle is going to start having black staff now that Bose is on the show? And to Garcelle probably didn't think that she could do it, though. Garcelle probably never seen it been done before. But I do think now she's probably, since Bose is on the show and she went over to Bose's house and Bose had all black everything, that she going to start having all black everything. Because you remember earlier on the show, I forgot who exactly it was first. The girls started having glam squad. It was either Erica or Dorit. And I remember one trip they went on, Garcelle was over there. You remember she couldn't raise that powder for $5,000, and all of a sudden she had a glam squad.
I do. Fuck you. Come on.
God. And every time she would show up, the girls would get to standing up and giving her claps, and she was still looking okay. So yeah, Garcelle Beach House is like 2 hours away. So all the girls are meeting up at Kyle's house, and they're going to take a sprinter to Garcelle's. Okay. Now both shows up, and she said this is her first time seeing Kyle, and Kyle didn't even offer an apology for leaving her party. Leaving the way that she left her event. I don't think that you ever gonna get that apology unless you bring it up to her. She probably don't think that she did anything wrong, but maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see it. Maybe we'll see it because we did end up on like halfway through Garcelle's housewarming party. Okay. Dorit shows up and Dorit says that Jagger asked her if she and PK was getting a divorce. She said she asked Jagger why he was asking her that, and he said that he saw something posted that did she post something on Instagram. These are Dorit's kids and she could do anything with her kids, but I feel like to me personally, and I don't have no kids and her kids ain't my kids and I'm not trying to tell her what to do with her kids. But if she was going to make a public statement like that, I think that she should have told the kids first. When my mama used to always tell us, don't let her be the last to know something and don't let nobody outside this house come back and tell me anything about my kids. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. If it was anything going on with my mama, we wouldn't want to hear from somebody outside when we all live in the same house together. And I think that's how it should be. If she was going to make a public statement, because you can't, yeah, you think that your children are kids, but you don't know who's following you. And I'm pretty sure everybody at Jagger School, Jagger and Phoenix, I'm pretty sure everyone at their school know that their mama is Dorit and she on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And everybody raised their children differently. Some grown-ups talk to their children like they're adults, let them know everything. Some parents try to shelter their stuff for children. I mean, probably some parents try to shelter things from their children. And so you just never really know. That's why I don't. You just never know how people are raising their children, really. And that's why I don't really believe in the whole letting kids spend the night at people's house and stuff, because you just never know what people do inside their household and what their children know. You know, kids can be fast. So I get it. She said that she explained to Jagger, you know, when people have been together for a long time, sometimes they need part of time apart, but they will always be friends. Now, if Dorit is trying to explain more of her story, Sutton said, you know, speaking of best friends, she interrupted her and she started talking about that Garcelle wanted them to be positive and no drama, and they needed to be there on time, so they really needed to go.
See, that's a dirty ass bitch right there.
And my thing is, if you didn't want to be no drama, you wouldn't have interrupted her while she was saying this, or you could have been like, okay, yeah, we got to be on time. Let's go get into the front of van and finish this conversation. But to just cut her off, I feel like she could have told her, you know, Dorit, I'm not trying to cut you off or whatever. We are very interested in what you got to say and want to give you some feedback on how to navigate this situation. But can we get back? Can we do this? Can we talk about this in the spring? You know, but I will say this.
Because I've been quiet for too long. No, I'm not going to.
In Sutton's defense, Dorit can make everything about her and what she's going through. Kind of like Mia. She can, listen, Dorit can bogart a scene or bogart a season. Because, for an example, when that robbery happened, Dorit talked about that robbery for a record breaking every episode they had that season. I counted every fucking episode. Dorit was talking about that robbery, and she went to the reunion and talked about it, and started the next season talking about the robbery again. She did. I've never seen that before in my life. She talked about it the whole season, went to the reunion and talked about it, and talked about it again the next season. Started the season off talking about it again. Every episode, I don't want to hear about this divorce or anything pertaining to this divorce. And I do feel like since this has happened, we are getting little bit by little bit of what's going on with this divorce. That's the only thing that I've been, honestly and truthfully, can we have real talk? I do believe that Bose and Dorit have a genuine friendship, but everything that we hear them talk about is just Dorit and what she's going through in her separation with PK. That's all we're hearing them talk about. I think that's why people think that the relationship is fake. Okay? Well, unless it's Kyle, it's always something pertaining to PK in some way, because the thing with Kyle and text messages, that still is pertaining to PK. Okay? So we get to Garcelle's beach house in Oxnard. It's really, really nice. It's really, really nice. Garcelle really did. I am proud of Garcelle. She did this. She did this by herself. She did it in a reasonable time frame. And I'm proud of Garcelle.
It's true. Here's a flower. Come on. There's a flower. I just gave you flowers.
Tilly gave her a housewarming gift. It was a Dolce & Gabbana toaster. The toaster was ugly as hell. But it was Dolce & Gabbana. So Garcelle had PJs for all the girls to put on, and they go head to the beach. Now, Garcelle had 2 golf carts for the girls to go over there to the beach. Okay? Go ahead, Garcelle. She had lunch set up on the beach for them, kind of like Kathy Hilton had set up. You know, I said, come on, look at Garcelle moving up in the world, trying to have the girl sitting.
I was just, you better go. Because they said.
Dorit and Kyle stepped away for a second, and then both shared with Garcelle that Jagger asked Dorit if she and PK was getting divorced. And Garcelle had remembered the story when her and her husband were separated, and she said that she had the kids, and Jax told her, when I'm with you, I miss Dad. And when I'm with Dad, I miss you. I never remember feeling like that. But my dad went to jail when I was 3, but I never felt that before. And that would break my heart. I think that'll break my heart. You know, that'll break my heart. I don't think that I ever really thought about, like, parents. I never thought about, you know, being in a 2-parent household and then the parents all of a sudden getting a divorce and you're not seeing those same 2 parents every day. And you got to split your time with them. I never thought about that before. They say them ghetto kids be resilient. You don't know what they can take. So Kyle and Dorit talk. Kyle kind of looked like Denise Brown with them glasses on the beach, didn't she? She kind of looked like Denise Brown to me. Denise Brown is Nicole's sister. Okay. They both tell each other they consider each other good friends or considered each other good friends and they want to salvage their friendship. And Dorit basically said, when you wrote PK, you were making him feel like that he can talk to you and you weren't going to mention to me. Kyle tried to stop her and explain and said that she's a trustworthy person who doesn't repeat things. And that's what she was trying to get PK to understand. That's what Dorit is saying to you, Kyle. That's the same thing. But Dorit basically says, you know, regardless, you writing him and we're separated was not a good look. Either you're going to be his friend and loyal to him, or you're going to be my friend and loyal to me. And she said, regardless of what went on, even in writing that, I think and I expect you to share information that will be helpful to me, no matter what he told you. Or no, you know, she expected Kyle to come to her and tell her what he said if it would have been helpful to her. I think that, me personally, y'all might disagree, but I think that if it was anything, I would want to know whatever he was sharing with her pertaining to me, whether it was going to be helpful to her or not. If it was pertaining to Dorit, I think that she should have been telling him everything that he said. Kyle will never be real because she was still trying to get some pushback from it, even though she just said that. Kyle said that she wasn't thinking about choosing style. She didn't know anything about the state of their relationship.
Sheree, do you hear this lie?
And Kyle, you lying again, because the whole reason you said that you texted him and reached out to him was because you heard that they was going through a separation. So you knew that they was separated at the time. That was the whole point of you messaging him that in the first place. Okay? Dorit said that she hoped that they can have conversations and feel comfortable telling each other how they feel and start back earning each other trust. And she hoped that they can both get to the other side of this. That's what Kyle said. She hoped that they can both get to the other side of this. And they hugged. I almost had tears in my eyes a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I almost had tears in my eyes a little bit. But basically, they ended up playing the game. It really wasn't that interesting. I'm not trying to be funny or whatever. No shade to Garcelle. I'm just saying the game wasn't really interesting. But we did learn that Erica has never been in love before. You know, I think that I have been in love before, but sometimes I question if I've been in love because some of the things that I hear that people have done when they was in love, I just can't do it. You know, I just won't allow myself to be treated or talked to a certain type of way. I was raised with respect of self. So it's hard for me to let somebody mistreat me or do me a way that I know that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's hard for me to do. That's hard for me to do. And so, yeah, I just can't allow anybody to disrespect me, especially a partner, a person who is supposed to, be by my side. I would rather be alone than to be mistreated or disrespected. I just wouldn't be able to do it. It's so funny because I think my brothers and my brother and my sister is like that as well. That's why I don't think that we. Let me be quiet. That's why I don't think that we stay in relationships very, very long. I don't think that I can put up with any type of disrespect, or I don't think that I can't put up with it. Especially from a partner. I won't allow myself to be mistreated or dogged out. I just won't be able to do it. But Garcelle ended up getting some lanterns. The lanterns was very, very cheap. They was gonna light them. She planned on having the girls light the lanterns and make a wish. And Bose was the first one. When she lit that lantern and tried to let it go away, that lantern didn't go nowhere, child. It fell. It immediately fell to the ground, and the wind blew a hole. When I tell you the wind blew a hole through that motherfucker, the wind blew the hole through it. And the girls laughed so hard they peed their pants. On the after show, they said 5 of the girls was laughing so hard they peed in their pants. Now it was Kyle, Erica, Garcelle, Dorit, and Sutton. Sutton said that she didn't pee her pants, but Erica said that she peed her pants. And I don't think that Sutton the type of girl. We on reality TV, but I ain't gonna tell nobody I pissed on myself. You know what I'm saying? Some of the people get online and say that they shitted on themselves and everything. All right, focus. But y'all, that was really the end of the episode. We didn't get a clip from next week's episode, but Garcelle said that she also planned on the girls having dinner. So this was lunch. And so I think that we're going to go back to Kyle's house in the next episode, and then they're going to have dinner as well. So we'll see. I watched Watch What Happens Live. Nothing really happened on there either. But on the after show, they did have on the after show, okay? Sutton said that she did not apologize for cutting Dorit off. She said excuse me in the middle of it, and she don't apologize for it. Okay. Now, where the mess really gets started is that Garcelle said in the after show that even before she got on the show, she has always known Kyle to share a lot. But if Kyle is not going to share a lot or share at all anymore, then this isn't the place for her. So there are two sections to the after show. So what they did was they showed Kyle what they showed Kyle what Garcelle said. And so now Kyle is filming the after show now by herself. Because at first she was filming with Erica Jane, but now she's sitting in all black. And she's addressing what Garcelle said. And she said that she has shown her relationship with her sisters, her husbands, her kids. And she basically shared everything about her life. And what has Garcelle shown?
She ain't talking about that. See, that's what I'm talking about. She ain't talking about that. She ain't talking about that. I am talking about something.
And she said that she's confused at why Garcelle would even say that. I was like, child. And I don't know. Has Garcelle showed a lot? She showed her son got a drug problem. That Oliver got a drug problem. But I don't really, I don't know. Kyle has shown a lot, but the thing is, with Kyle not showing, I feel like that y'all know that stuff be going on with Kyle, and y'all don't want to speak about it. I remember recently, I can't remember exactly what it was. Well, no, it was actually last episode when Sutton told Kyle to her face, girl, yeah, there was some infidelity that went on in your relationship with you, and she was like, who? With who? And she was like, with Mo. She was like, Mo? Yes, girl, with Mo. And Garcelle got in confession and said, we don't talk about that. Girl, what you mean we don't talk about it? She on the show just like you. But y'all, that's all I got. I'm very excited to see what's going on. We saw that mid-season trailer. And did y'all see that the way Sutton Mama was talking to Garcelle? Baby, right out of Dixie. Right out of Dixie. And you see they had Garcelle sitting outside. We didn't see Garcelle sitting in the house at Sutton house over there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Sutton Mama probably said, baby, these are white-only couches. And, she probably don't say couch. She probably say divans. That's what my grandma used to say back in the day. They didn't call them couch. They call them a divan. These are white-only divans. Garcelle, we going to, you know what I'm saying? We gonna host it, but we going to host outside. But that's all I got right now, y'all. But thank y'all so much for clicking on the video. I appreciate the love and support, and I'll see y'all later on. Adios.
Call daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call daddy, tell him 25 got it.